Hi everybody, this is Nate with G Suite for Healthcare Providers. So, like I mentioned in another tutorial that I also made this evening, yesterday we had a webinar, and again it was clear that there were certain concepts that would have been worthwhile to again simplify, and so I put together this little tutorial about Google Docs. Now, I always tell people if you're just starting out with G Suite and you just need to start somewhere, Google Docs is the place to begin. Ultimately, what you need to do is create documents, and so Google Docs it's like Google's version of Microsoft Word. So it's really simple in a lot of ways. It's a simplified version off of Microsoft Word. So it does have a lot of the same properties, though not everything is the same. So there is a little bit of a learning curve. So I just wanted to show a few tips and tricks of how to use this. Now, one of the big benefits to using Google Docs for documentation purposes is that if you walk away from your computer, it's always going to be there if the page refreshes. It automatically saves with everything that you input. Same is true for using Google Sheets. So it's very nice to use either one of those if you're going to be walking away from your computer for a period of time and then coming back to finalize notes. So first and foremost, I wanted to show you just a couple things. Like this, for example, this was my logo. I got this off of, you can do an insert over here, an insert image, and then I pop that in and put it over here, and then you can also, you can see this is normally a very dark black looking logo, and I made it a little bit translucent, which is easy to do with the properties for the image. Down here I put just a fictitious address for the business, and then I've called this evaluation. Now, one of the easiest little tricks to start is to actually create, this is just a simple SOAP note, but the easiest way to do that is to do it by making a table. So I'll show you how to do that really quick. Up here is a table, but it's invisible, so you can't see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, I'm going to insert a table. I'm going to go 4 down and 2 across. And here I'm going to put subjective, objective, assessment, and plan. I want this to be more off to one side, so I'm going to scoot that over. And then I want this to be, again, transparent or completely invisible. So I'm going to mess with the table properties right here. All right, there's my table border. I'm going to go down to a 0 point, so it's essentially invisible. And there you go. It's gone. And now the nice thing about this is, as you're documenting, right, you can just put this stuff, tab down to the next here, tab down to the next. You go, oh man, well I really don't like what this looks like. So I can actually take entire columns and put them all into a smaller font, and it remains that way always. I didn't actually change that last one, so it didn't change. But now that formatting for that box will always be the same going forward. So anyway, so that's what I've created up here, is just a very simple SOAP note. Now, one quick little tip that I really love to help speed up your documentation is to use something called TextBlaze. And you can see a whole tutorial on using TextBlaze in a different YouTube video, which you can find on the YouTube channel. Now, just so that you know, on TextBlaze, the cool thing about it is that you can change all the formatting. There are a lot of other, like, for example, what this will do is I use a keyboard shortcut. There's a lot of other keyboard shortcut options out there through the add-ons in the Google App Store or add-on store, whatever they call it, to where you can do all this for free. There is a nominal fee. It's something like $25 for the year to be able to use this. And the reason I like it is because all the formatting that you have will carry forward into your note. So into Google Doc. So here's my little keyboard shortcut here is just the label that I have for it, and here's all the stuff that pops up just by clicking that. So I'll show you over here. If I put in, this is all my objective data, so I go, let's see, it was lumbar eval. Sometimes it messes up. There you go, if you don't do it all at once. So then, there you have it. All of my standard tests and measures, or things that I look at for a lumbar evaluation, pop right up. Okay, so that's a really cool way of getting everything into a document that you might need. I mean, even down here, you know, in your assessment or plan, wherever you put your goals, I'll show you like another goal that I had was a, let's see, goal. That's for my, I put that in the wrong box, but if I tab over goal tug, that's for a timed up and go test, right? So I can get through documentation so much more quickly as I create these snippets. And what I do is, the way that I do it is I'll name it by what it is, like a goal or a problem or whatever, and then I'll usually then put on afterward the whatever it is associated with, like so goal, tug, intervention, strength. This is kind of how I've done it, so you can kind of mess around with whatever works for you to name your keyboard shortcuts, so it's a little bit quicker. Now, the last thing that you need to know if you're starting off with using Google Docs, well, a couple of things. Number one, of course, you're going to want to put in a name and a date. So that you can just type in, but your signature, that's what I meant, is there's a couple things that you can do. For a signature, if you want to do it new every time, you can do that by coming over to drawing. You come over here to scribble, and then you can do your signature. Alright. And then you can resize it however you want. Right? There's also, for what we've created, we created an add-on which you guys are welcome to get as well, called Simple Drawing. You can open that up, and if I just click on this, there's something that changed here. I need to change some settings. Anyway, oh, it's because I have other email. I have other Gmail accounts open, so it doesn't work if you have a lot of different accounts open. Anyway, what pops up is just a little box right here. You scribble in your your signature, and then it inserts it wherever you need. Okay, so there's that. And then when I'm done with my document, I want to save it as a PDF. I'm going to come over here to File. I'm going to come over here to Print, and then up here at the top, I'm going to save as a PDF. That saves it to my computer or on my Google Drive, and then I just push Print when I save it to Google Drive, and I'm done. Anyway, I hope that helps everyone. If you have any questions, please reach out, and I'll do what I can to answer your questions. Have a good one.